Hey guys, bman here. Welcome to today's video. Today we've got an awesome one for you guys. What we have today is a duplication glitch after patch, so that you can go along and if you have cool items like you see right here, the beast fist and the black cell variants and stuff like that, you can go along, you can share them with your buddy, and then you and your whole buddy as a whole squad can be running around with those cool items, guys. Yes, it's cool. So your buddy can have them like this here. They'll come up locked on their profile, but today I'm going to show you guys how you'll be able to equip these locked items and then you'll still be able to run them in Warzone, guys. So you'll be able to set your buddy's profile up. If you have cool items, you'll be able to go along and you have what's required to do this. You'll be able to set your buddy up, fully up like this, all their classes up with really cool stuff, and then your buddy will be able to load in and be able to play Warzone with you having cool items, guys. So it's a really cool glitch to be able to share between you friends. So with that said, guys, this is an after patch because they just patched the unlock all method for PC, and we did use that as part of this method for this duplication glitch. So today I've got in and I've got a new after patch method for you guys to be able to equip the dupes after you've put the dupes onto the account, and this no longer requires a PC. But the requirements for this, guys, is you are going to need an Xbox with 2 controllers. You are going to need a mouse connected to your Xbox as well, like this, so you have a mouse connected. So you need a mouse, 2 controllers, and then the profiles for your Xbox that you need is you'll need the profile you're duping from that has the items on it. You will need a profile that you're duping to. Then you'll need a third profile you can temporarily log into that is friends with another person who's just waiting in COD HQ, waiting for you with the ability to join them just for one step of it. And then finally, you will also need a banned account for Modern Warfare 3 servers to do this, guys, okay? That is the requirements to be able to duplicate over and be able to set up accounts for people. If you've got cool items, you will then be able to set up accounts and everything. Simple as, easy as on Xbox. It's with free to play. You don't need to own any of the multiplayers or anything to do this. With that said, guys, let's just get straight into this. So get down there, smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me an awesome comment and let's get straight into this, guys. Okay, for this one, you're going to have 2 controllers. You're going to have controller 1 and controller 2, okay? Controller 1 you log into the game with that owns all the items you're trying to duplicate from. Then bring in controller 2 as the profile that you're trying to duplicate everything to. Now, this is really simple and really easy, guys. As soon as you get over the fact that you need a banned account and you have a banned account, everything else in this is actually really simple. So let's just get straight into this. So once you've brought in player 2, what you need to do is with player 1, controller 1, you need to back out to the start menu, and then when you bring it back in, you need to press A and B really fast, and you try to cancel it coming back into the game, so it gives you the option to go offline. If you have trouble, just keep spamming B until you get to the offline option. So you press B to go to this screen, then you press A and B fast. If you're fast enough, you can cancel it and you just get to this screen, and it's easy. Then if you have any trouble with this, just keep spamming B as you're loading in and out until you do get to this screen. Once you get to this screen, go offline. You will need to own Modern Warfare multiplayer, Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer to be able to do this. Then with controller 1, go into multiplayer. Then with controller 2, press A on controller 2, bringing them into the game at this point. Then with controller 1, you back out and leave lobby. Then once you get to this screen here, with controller 1, you press the little square button. You've got a button on your thing that squares. Press that to go online. With controller 2, you're then going to press A to bring them into the game, but you need to be fast at this point. So you bring controller 2 in. With controller 1, you back out to the start menu. Then with controller 2, player 2, you press A to start loading into the game, but with controller 1, you press B to cancel it to get the option to go offline. So I'm going to do that. So controller 2, you bring them in, controller 1, back out, controller 2 A, and controller 1, press B. Then with controller 1, we can select go offline. Then with controller 1, we can come across to multiplayer offline mode. Now from this point with controller 1, we press LB to go to the operators tab, RB to go back to this tab. Then we press Y to create the game. Then we get controller 2. With controller 2, now we swap profiles to the third profile that we had available, that is friends with our buddy in the COD HQ over there, and you tell that profile to join their game. This profile is not in the game, it's just an extra one, so you'll get this error here. What this does is this brings your private match online classes into your offline modes right here. So once you've done that, you can swap back to the profile you're duping to, and then you can go across with the player 2 and you press RB to come across to the weapons tab. Now this here is the player's private match classes, online private match classes. So when we come into here, we can edit our private match classes online, but what we have access to is all the items off the other profile. So we can go along and we can select stuff from all of our other profile, all of its blueprints and things like that are all available to be equipped. So we'll go along and we'll equip the gun into this point here. You can now, your camos and everything is also available from the other profile as well, so you can go along and you could equip the camo, but keep in mind, if you set up these camos, these will only be able to be used in the private match class with the camo. Okay, when you go to this when we get to the part where it comes to saving the gun, when it saves the gun, it will wipe the camo off. So when you equip the camo, you can equip camos and stuff, but that's only for the while it's in private match, and they will not be able to bring the camo online. But you can still do it for private match. Now, these things here will save on the gun, and they'll be able to have these online. So charms and stickers and things like that, you can set the gun up with the charm on them, so you can set up a charm and stickers and all sorts like this, and they will be able to save the gun with these on it and use the gun with these on it. So you can use this if you've got the nuke charm, you can use this to share the nuke charm and nuke stickers and stuff like that with your friends, but you will not be able to share the camo for them to use online. So as you see, they can do the blueprint. You could set the blueprint up and mix and match your different blueprint stuff if you wanted and everything, but once you're finished setting it up, you'll be out at this point here. Okay, now I want to just do an extra thing here, because I've noted that some guns, I don't know what the cause is, but some guns you can equip and they will not stick. It's not because they're a black cell, because as you will see here, I have other black cell weapons and things like that, all these other black cell guns and all sorts that did stick and everything, but I've noticed that like this blueprint right here, when we get into the private match, this will be missing. So there's a couple guns that do go missing and they don't stay, and I do not know the cause to it. It is not because of the black cell, because these other black cell ones work and fine and can be duplicated fine and everything. So I'm actually not sure what the cause is. So just be aware, if your guns are missing and stuff like that, it might just be a matter of you've hit one that's not able to be, that's bugs out and deletes itself. Now with that said, once you've set up the whole class there and everything, you back out to this screen, and then you can back over to the play screen, and it's going to boot you to the start menu, right? Once you've fully set up the classes, because that was your private match classes. Now, do not close the game at this point. You need to get online. So with controller 1, you go to come into the game. You will get stuck on the screen. With controller 1, press B and then say go offline. Then B again to go back to this screen. Now with controller 2, come into the game and then cancel it, and you will get this screen here. Now with this screen, you get controller 1 and you bring it into the game, and it will load into the game. Wait for it to load in. Now from this point, bring in controller 2. Then you can come through to private match. Now you can come along and you will see here we come into our private match. Here's our guns, and here's the gun that we just set up right here, this one. But as I said, that other one, for some reason, that one disappears. I'm not sure why that one disappears. But as you see here, this one here is now here. It's got the camo on it and everything. You can take this in and you could play in private matches with this gun fine against other people and all sorts, using it with the camos and everything, and it will work perfectly fine for you. But now we want to actually save this as a blueprint so that our buddies can take it into Warzone. So we're going to go into that step. So for that, we need to close the game and load it back up. Okay, so we've restarted and we loaded in with the mouse so that we have the mouse active too for when we need to do that mode, okay? So we've got the account back up, and now what we need to do is we need to get those stuff out of our private match and we want to save it. So to do that, we want to bring in a banned account. So with controller 2, we log into the banned account and we cancel it as soon as it starts coming in, just like that. That is an account that's banned from the Modern Warfare 3 servers, okay? It's all that we needed to do that with, but that's what we need to do to be able to get this loading player stats screen. Then once we've got that, we go into multiplayer. Then we wait on the multiplayer playlist screen once we get in there. If it boots you back to the start screen, don't worry, just be persistent and keep trying to get into multiplayer. It might boot you to the start screen every now and again, but if it does that, just go back to where you're trying to get to. This part, when you're dealing with this, does do a lot of things like that, and you'll see the loading player stats screen quite often, because that is what this part is, what the banned account does. And that's what does a lot of the glitches that we're doing. So every time you see this loading player stats screen, just be patient and let it do its thing. Now, because we got this loading player stats screen when we're on that playlist screen, then now, after this screen, our private match classes have just been brought into online. So now when we come over to here, this is the classes from private match. We can now come along and we can actually save this blueprint here. GG, save it, right? It's not going to save it. Then we need to do it a second time and say GG to save it. This time it actually saved it to the armory, and the one that it saved actually lost its camo, okay? So now we can restart the game. No, we didn't need to restart because we're carrying on with the banned accounts. Okay, now that we have the gun saved as a blueprint, going to need a mouse for this next step, guys. And it's going to be really short window for you to actually be able to do it. So I'm going to show you here before we're actually in the mode and explain it. What you need to do is you'll need to, when you're saving guns, you're only going to be able to equip the blueprint next to one that you have unlocked as well, okay? So what you'll have to do is say, like how I've got this one ability to equip it, I can use this glitch to equip this one, but I won't. If I save multiple different blueprints of this gun that I don't own, I won't be able to use this to equip those. I'll only be able to use it to equip guns next to guns that I have unlocked, okay? So you would need access to the base gun to do this. Now I'm pretty sure that these ones, it won't matter, because in the unlock all is going to unlock this, so you'll still be able to equip this even though this is locked, and that won't be a problem. But the way this is working is you're only going to be able to equip one blueprint for each weapon. So the blueprints that you want to equip, make sure that's the only one you got. So like how this one here has a black cell one right there, and so on and so on. For this here, the only one that would be able to get equipped would be this one here, or this one here, sorry, because we could also go backwards this way to this one. So we can equip this and this, but we could not equip this one with this glitch, okay guys? So keep that in mind when you're building them and stuff like that, and let's get in and show you guys exactly what you're going to have to do to actually equip it. So say this Bass B here, if I want to equip this in the glitch mode, you can't do it now because we're not in the state, but I'll have to get you through to the state. But how we're going to explain it is this: you have your mouse, you you right click with your mouse, and when you let go of the right click, it's going to bring up this menu right here. As you see, this here is highlighted and selected, this one here. But if when you let go, you press across on your D-pad of your mouse of your controller at the same time as letting go, you can make it actually select this one and go over to this when it brings up the menu, like this. Just like this, and as you see, it's got this one here selected, but you've got the option to equip and go to gunsmith. Now, when we're in the unlocked state, it will allow us to equip this. Right now, if I try and equip this, it just gives us the error, okay? Now, that error is the thing that this next step is going to get around. We're going to be able to equip these guns into our classes. With that said, let's get in and show you guys exactly how to do that. For that, you need the mouse able to be used. So if you can't use your mouse, if you've got it plugged in and it's not working for you in here, what you need to do is you need to use the mouse from the start menu of the game. So when you start the game up, use the mouse to access the start menu and bring you into the game. So from this menu here, the main menu, you use the mouse, okay? From here, left click mouse to bring you into the game, and then you'll be able to use the mouse from that point, okay? For that profile that the mouse is to. Now, once you've got that set up and you've got in the game with the ability to use the mouse, bring in your banned account. And then cancel it as soon as it starts coming in, just like that. Always wait for these loading player stats screens. Don't cancel them, just let them do their thing. Then after this, you've got the banned count in. We need to go into Warzone private match. Now, if you get booted to the start screens during trying to get there, just keep trying and be persistent and keep trying to get into there. So we go down, Warzone private match. Create thing and BR solo. If it boots you back to the start menu when you're trying to get into it, before you get connected to a private match of solo BR, then just keep going back in there until the point where you actually can get in there. So we'll come down, private match. Private match BR solo, and then we either get booted to the start screen or we go to the role select screen. If you go to the role select screen, we have to wait for our rank to go red and or squiggly. If you just get booted to the start screen, that's the step that we're about to get to, and you can skip this part, okay? But when you're on this role select screen, all you do is you wait until your rank goes this red squiggliness, and then we can get to the next step. Right here, and then we press a B. Then this is the next step. If it just booted you here without that, you can skip that. Then you press A to come in, and you'll see it will get this loading part, okay? If you don't have this, you have to go back into private match and do that steps again until you get to this point and you actually have this, okay? Loading. Wait for it to load into the game. And now you have to access Warzone via this mode here, Resurgence. If you don't do it this way, you will just load into a match and then bug out and get nowhere. Now, from this point, come over to the screen, and then once you go into here, you have a brief moment to be able to pull this off. So you come across, and then you right click, go across, like that, and say equipped. Then back out really fast out of the screen before it bugs all out on you, okay? Like how this just bugged out then, I just got it in time. Yes, guys, you do have a small window, but if you pull it off, you'll be able to do it, and you'll have the guns equipped and everything. We now have that dupe equipped into our Warzone class with our cool charm and all sorts on it, guys. Now from this point you can go back to your class like you see here. What it's going to do is it's going to bug out, and what it's going to do is put us back to the role select screen. Now we're just back at this step. We just wait for our thing to go red and it can go squiggly, and then we press B go to it puts us to the start screen. We come in, we go to resurgence, and then we have that window again to be able to make another change. Now during that window, it's actually an unlock all and everything. So if you want to use that window to equip the item and then back out, you'll have the window to be able to equip a couple items. You can equip, set up locked items and all sorts, guys. It's a full-on after patch for the unlock all and everything, guys. So with that said, enjoy, but mainly this is going to be used for the people doing the duplicating, and it's a way that you can actually get those dupes fully equipped into the classes and everything. So with that said, we'll finish this video with me loading in and showing you guys that dupe that we just duped over and equipped into the class, working in game with the charm and the sticker decal and everything working in game. So we'll come across, and as you see, we're just going through, and you can just rinse and repeat these steps here over until you finish building up the class. So just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. There's the gun right there. It's equipped and everything, and you can just keep going and keep going, full unlock alls and everything, guys. So with that said, it's simple, it's easy. So let's load in and we'll show you that gun in game. And guys, well, you see here we've loaded into Purgatory, and here's our dupes right here. The Dankest, the weapon that we just put over, and as you see, here it is, everything. Wow, third person mate, it was a silly way to go about it. But let's jump out of third person and actually look at the gun. We've got our charm on it. We've got our 1v1 on it, 1v1 me, and everything on it and everything, guys. It works. It's got its cool traces and everything. Absolutely everything works, guys. Simple as, easy as. So with that said, guys, keep being awesome. Get down there if you haven't already. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me an awesome comment and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I'll catch you on the next one. bman